The first question I have for you, Kati, is why do parents need to be talking to kids about puberty?
Oh, I love this question. Can you imagine one day if you were like went to bed one night and you woke up the next morning and you had hair down there and you'd had a completely bald body beforehand, and you woke up and there was like a dozen hairs, long hairs poking out and sprouting? You'd probably freak out and think, what's wrong with me? And you'd wonder, is this happening to other people? Or am I the only person with this? So, when kids don't know about puberty, when they're not expecting changes, and they suddenly discover hairs, because hair is usually the first thing that kids find themselves. It's usually one of the first things that they notice about changes for puberty. But if they don't know about it, they find it really scary because their body is doing something that's very different to what it's ever done before. And the build up for puberty, like puberty actually starts a couple of years before you start getting hair and breasts. And it starts a couple of years beforehand. And you usually know it's on its way when parents start complaining about the moodiness of their kids. They'll talk about how moody they are. They'll talk about how they suddenly start stinking. So they come home from school and they've played sport and they hop in the car and there's like this bad sweat smell. And so it's sort of smell, greasy hair, pimples start appearing, but it's the mood changes that parents really complain about the most. And usually, once that sort of stuff happens, within 6 to 12 months later, you'll then start seeing changes like pubic hair, underarm hair, breasts growing, voice getting deeper, and some of the other changes that happen during puberty as well. So it's something we need to be talking about it, because if we don't, kids are scared and it's not a nice thing to be. And as a parent yourself, think back to what it was like yourself learning about puberty. Like, did you know it was going to happen? How did you feel when you found those first pubic hairs, or you noticed that you're starting to grow breasts, or you noticed that maybe your friends' bodies were changing, and they were starting to, have breasts and their penis was getting bigger or stuff, and they were starting to look more like a teenager, but you were still there with a little kid body.